Hello, my name is Alexandra from Eros Medicine, and I'm super excited and honored to be on the call with Estera Sarasvati. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
And Estera is now in Poland while I'm in Berlin. And really what this conversation is about holding the point of love in the times of collective fear. And what does that mean, and how can we do that, and how this all started, the conversation between us, is that I was really starting to pick up on what's happening around, and I found myself really in this places of being in fear, and I noticed my whole body was kind of like contracting and going into lots of stories. Like we know we've been fed with apocalyptic movies, and there is a lot of images of what could happen, and I felt like I'm buying into this fear at some point, and and like my whole system was shutting down. And what I felt really helped me to go back to the state of being relaxed and state of love, I would say, is reading posts and hearing messages from people who I feel are holding this point. So this is why we are here, and I would love to spread more of this message. I would like to know, what does it mean to hold the point of love in those times?
Yeah, thank you, Ola, for calling me in. I'm very grateful for your call. I feel that we've been all preparing for these times for last few decades, and now it's the time. And it's a huge shift in consciousness on the planet. And we were the pioneers, all the people that were doing self-work, self-development work, spiritual path, they were the pioneers. And now we are responsible in some way, I feel, to humanity, to hold the point for other people that are totally shrinking right now in fear, panic, anxiety, and confusion. And of course, it doesn't mean that we are free of that, but we have much more awareness and much more body consciousness and much more wisdom to understand what is happening. Because awareness gives a lot of spaciousness. So I feel my last 4 years, it was totally diving into the unknown. I left Poland 4 years ago with my children, small children, and totally embarked into new adventures, moving countries with my small tribe, not knowing where to go, and every day listening, where should I be? Where is my call? What should I do right now? So it was diving into the huge unknown, not knowing if I earn, if I have a place to live, and if I were alone, it would be much more easier for me. But because I'm a mother of 2 small boys, I feel huge responsibility for them. So, and also that there were people around me, so I feel like it's much bigger task to let go of fear and attachment. But especially last half year was really dive deep into panic, into depression, into fear, I had suicidal thoughts. I was really in dark places every day for last half a year, and I've done a lot, really a lot, and I feel it's a huge shift in my life. And now I feel prepared. I didn't understand why I'm going through these very dark places, but right now I totally understand. It was full-on preparation for what is happening right now, that I can be of service.
I can really resonate with what you're saying about last year, that it was so tough, and I think for many people it was a tough year. So yes, now we're getting to harvest the fruits of our work.
It was much easier, paradoxically, because when I was going through these places, around me there was quite stable consciousness. So people were living their normal life. So right now, going through it, it's much harder, because it's like a huge vortex that is really sucking you in. I feel a huge difference between Germany and Poland right now. then in Poland, there's so much fear, so much anxiety. All the demons of the past are right now activated. So for me, holding the point of love, it means that I do feel my own fear, my own anxiety, and I try to relax into it and bring consciousness. What is happening? What is my past triggered, and how to heal my past?
Huge opportunity for being available right now for these people that don't know what is happening, and they quite superficially just reacting and overreacting. So we are here, I feel we are here doing own work constantly, but also being the point of consciousness for other people.
Beautiful. So I heard this sentence before, that there is either love or fear happening. So you can either be in the state of love or fear, and then there's nothing in between. I recently heard that sentence. Do you agree with that, and how do you relate to that?
Thank you. It's an amazing question. It's very tantric approach. So Tantra is about expansion of consciousness, holding the point of dualities at once. And then we discover non-dual middle way. What it means that we hold love and fear at the same time. I feel in my body, it's shrinking. My energy is shrinking. It's like, I feel it in my throat. I feel it in my solar plexus. I feel the energy shrinking. But at the same time, I feel at this exactly the same time, I feel this energy expanding. And then there is something in me happening when I can hold light and darkness at the same time. It creates big spacious opening, like a big open sky, that I don't need to choose love or fear. It all coexists at the same moment, and I'm kind of free. I am free because I feel myself as this big open spacious sky, and there are sun, let's say love, and there are dark clouds and heavy weather at the same time. But I'm the sky. We are this huge background. We are this huge open space that all these ups and downs can happen at the same moment.
It's really beautiful to hear that this is even a possibility to be in both, and to choose and to have this big spectrum. So maybe what I want to touch upon is like, how do we get there? Like, I know I've done so much work, and still I do, when I read online and I see people's fear and I hear scientists and so on, I can easily get trapped into just being in this contraction. And then I had one of those days, I wake up in the morning and I feel super in fear, and there is my partner next to me. So he's like massaging me. We are having some kind of emotional like process. And then at last I arrive to ease. And then we have sex, and then there's beautiful orgasm, and I feel like, oh, I'm back to love. And for like a day or two, I walk like full of love, and doesn't matter what the circumstances are. But like, how do we do this work now?
It is one of possible ways, but still notice that it's kind of spiritual pill. Yes, you take a pill, you take your paracetamol, and then you're better. But it's still you are either in one or the other. What really I would invite you to is to do nothing. You feel fear and you surrender to it. Don't do anything. Massage, sex. Let's do. Don't feel fear. I don't want fear. I don't want panic. No, let's be there. So totally witness. Be in your fear. Be in your anxiety. Lie down and surrender. And bring your awareness to your heart. Put your hand on your heart. It's okay. I'm safe. And breathe. And then what comes? Inner child. Because this panic and fear is very much based on traumatized inner child that didn't experience safety enough in the childhood. So really what it all comes down to, it's fear of death, but we can grab it through the fear of traumatized child. So I think the main work for everyone is to heal traumatized children that didn't have enough mature, loving adults, not enough presence around them, not around safety, not enough maturity. So we are totally, when everything crumbles around, we don't have enough safety within us. So it's time to motherhood, to mother this part that is shrinking, instead of overriding it with sexuality sometimes. Just drop deeper into a deeper layer and meet this very small part of us that is really scared. And then it's okay. You feel scared. It's okay. You don't need to change. You don't need to laugh. You don't need to be loving. You are scared. It's okay.
Yeah, I really want to take a breath on that.
Stay there and expand, relax. It's like going into the deep, deep ocean. And okay, because it's then we dive through this inner child, we dive deeper into the abyss of the unknown, into the dark place that is very loving, big, big, big motherly open space. And we are touching death, right? Non-existence. Do I exist? And the fear of death is fear of losing the body. Yes, the biggest attachment is attachment to the body. So it's like, I'm gone. What if I'm gone? What will happen? There is this anxiety. But big, big practice to calm down is deep ocean practice. You can do from yoga Ujjayi breath. This the like Lord Vader breath, Lord Vader. It really comes down, all what it comes down is to calm down your reptilian brain, right? You can also put your hand on the back of your head. You can put another hand on your heart and say, okay, I'm safe. It's okay. It will pass. It's just the wave. It will pass. It will shine again soon. I'm safe. And big breath in and out. An expansion without breath. It's okay. Inviting tenderness, inviting kindness, inviting softness, softening your heart. I'm safe. My child is safe. There are people around me. I'm not alone. We are all interconnected. We are all one family. And feeling the rock, the ocean, under the ocean, there is huge, huge platform. It's very stable. Even if you drop down to the bottom of the ocean, you are always held by huge earth platform beneath you. So you can totally let go of the tension of your shoulders, of your back, of your jaw. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, and relax your arms. No control. It's about losing control. It's okay. I don't have any control on what is happening. It's okay. I'm safe. And in the right moment, the impulse of life will kick in. You don't need to push yourself to do anything. It will come up like a spark of life, boom. The fire of life, the Kundalini will kick in, and you will know exactly what to do, where to be. You don't need to have any plan or agenda. If you fully surrender, if you fully let go, the life will take care of you, of us. And if any contraction comes, it's okay.
Yes, thank you so much for this practice. I feel already like I dropped in within this few minutes, big time. And yeah, what came to me is that on this collective level, is actually surrender is one skill that we are really not so good at. Like surrender, it's like doing, responding all the time, and this. It's as if like when we are ill, it's an invitation to relax, to surrender to the illness, and it's like happening globally. It's like globally we are invited into this surrender.
And about virus, if you ever get sick, surrender to it. It's a huge ally. This virus is our ally. It's not an enemy.
Thank you. Yes.
It's changing consciousness in the body.
Can we hear some more about how this virus is an ally, actually?
First of all, it invites you to surrender and accept. Then you face all your fears, because it's a fear virus. So it touches all the pockets in the body that is still fearful. So then, instead of fighting and pushing against, you invite, you accept it, you say yes. And then you clear the past from your body. You allow to feel, okay, where is contraction? Okay, in my throat. You breathe into it. You stay with that. Maybe some memories comes when you were a child and you were punished or something happened. And you allow this past to unfold from your body. So the virus is poking you and showing you which parts of the body are still contracted. And then allow the fever, allow the heat. It's very, very important to raise up the heat. So don't put the temperature down. Allow this fever to heat you up and raise your fire. It's because this virus is about water element also. So it's important to heal yourself. You need to merge water with fire. You need to create a sacred union. So you don't want to put the heat down, of course, to some reasonable level. You don't want to get too much, but allow yourself to be in this fire, to sweat, to feel it, and feel all emotions. And in a few days, you will be good again.
Beautiful, thank you. I guess this is the healthy response of our organism, to go through the fever and then to come back to health with more strength.
If we bring consciousness to any sickness, any illness, we come much more stronger. Every time. It's our ally. It's raising up our consciousness. It cleans the sickness, the illness. It's about cleansing our body, bringing peace and harmony again to the system that is disaligned, disharmonized.
Beautiful. So that's about the virus being our ally. And how about the fear of this economic crash, of the restrictions of freedom, which I feel touches me the most, to thought of being forced, of being in quarantine or whatever, restriction of freedom is just like, no way.
Yeah, great. This virus is amazing. It touches all issues. So we touched, okay, inner child, then we touch fire. So it's also about sexual fire, raising up sexual fire. emotions, activating emotions. Then we have the issue of money, and then we have an issue of freedom. This virus touches all.
Wow, thank you, Corona.
And interconnectedness, that we are all interconnected as one human species. And finally, mainstream people will understand how much we are interconnected. So coming back to the last two that you mentioned, money and freedom. So this virus showing us where we are stuck in the old system, and how we need to find a way to move into new reality, new order. So around money, it touches our insecurity and fear that I won't survive. It touches the base, the survival. So we have work on the base chakra, survival. And where we closed, when we locked money and in a survival issues. So money needs to be let free. It's a flow of love, and need to be free and flow with trust. I need to trust that I will be, like, I'm totally there. Like I have, no savings. I'm totally trusting that it will come in the right moment. I will be taken care by life. And of course, I do things. It's not that I'm just, surrendering and waiting. This is how people think about it. No, you do surrender, but then this spark of life kicks in, and how you should. Right now, our services to comfort people, to coach people, it will be most wanted, because what I've heard and what I feel, the most problem with the virus is not the illness itself, but what will happen afterwards. There will be a huge economic crisis, huge collapse, a lot of suicides, a lot of depression, anxiety in mainstream societies. So then people will need to find their inner peace, their inner strength, their something that doesn't depend on the matter. So here, if we stay with open heart, our services will be very wanted, needed. So we need to trust, and we need to respond, not to feel greedy. We need to find the point where we are insecure and greedy, and open to the generosity. So how I can support in a generous way, but not giving everything away, but how I can balance, how I can find the middle way, that I'm not too greedy, but I'm also finding the way how I can offer my work, what I do, how I can support people, and how we can meet. So I need to be receptive to find the middle way, to find the bridge. So this is one way, money in the service of love and trust. And second thing you mentioned is freedom. So it's touching, this is a very big issue in Poland right now, because it's totally awakened all the fears of losing freedom. Because right now we have totalitarian country here, and all the freedoms are taken away. So it really touches this very crucial point. So it's showing us where we are not free, because we need to find inner freedom. And it's showing us where we are locked, where our consciousness is locked in illusion that we are not free. We are always free. But our past that is locked in the body creates situation that we end up in a different situation, that we are not fully free. So we need to heal the past. And second thing, it's also time for activating snake energy. Snake knows how to get out of any closed cage. It exactly knows, senses everything many hours before things happen, and knows to sneak out. Yes? How to sneak out, how to avoid danger.
So when I'm hearing when I'm hearing snake from you, I'm immediately thinking, okay, Kundalini sexual energy.
No.
And you also, no, that's not what you mean.
No, I mean, because we are misusing in this so-called tantric environment, we are misusing Kundalini, right? We think that it's about juicy, flowy, all these nice things. But I'm speaking about primal, raw snake energy that is not caged by our ego illusions.
Mm-hmm.
It's about our survival, and it's about moving through realities, between realities, in a safe way, and being and totally sensing, 100% sensing what is happening and what will happen. It's extremely open, this like cobra snake, open all paranormal, so-called paranormal, but it's normal, all our senses. And knowing, not even understanding, but knowing it will happen. So, for example, I came to Poland before when they closed the borders because I have children here. So something smelled, come back. So it's like we know, something in us know. And then snake is always free. You cannot capture snake really, So it's about connecting with this primal reptilian also energy in us that protects us, gives us survival, but we need to free it from fear. Because our snake is caged in the bottom of our spine by fear of survival. So we need to heal all the past generation and our past from fear of survival. And then let go of this Kundalini energy. Don't push it. Don't provoke it. Surrender to it. It will flow.
Beautiful. And like how it connects, and now it's clicking in me, like, okay, so the reptilian brain is where the fear is coming from, or the base chakra is where the fear is coming from, but that's actually where this power of the snake lives.
Snake is connected with full abundance, ultimate abundance. There is even too much for you to have. There is too much of resources, really. There is not a scrutiny of resources. It's not too little. It's even too much, but we don't know how to use it.
Yes, we definitely don't know, especially on the collective level, and as I feel the scarcity is there. So just I mean, we are coming to an end, and I'm curious, like, what do you offer? What can you offer? You were telling about the gift that comes spontaneously from this place of after the surrender, and that there we have so much to offer the people who have done the work already. So I just want to maybe give you an opportunity to say, how do you support people? How do you work with people? And what do you want to offer in those times?
Right now, I feel to be mostly online, and to gather people in the groups online, but also do one-on-one that I can witness, and with open heart, really witness and really deeply listen. So I think this is the biggest gift. And then to give advice, or to consult, or to coach, whatever comes from a deeper wisdom, what I can see and how I can support. So I'm in the moment, and I'm available whatever comes. I feel I'm available. I'm an open source right now. So whatever comes, I'm available.
Thank you, and I feel like you're super available for my invitation, and I'm so happy for that, and really grateful to hear those so needed messages and wisdom, which I feel you have really dedicated your life, or it's your passion, it's your soul calling, and I'm super honored to be with somebody who's really like, okay, I'm doing this work, I'm going through this, and then I'm there to offer it to people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
Yeah, I would like to wish everyone that it's the biggest ride of your times, that we always remember that it's a huge opportunity for expansion, and that we are just changing the train right now. And don't just get lost, and get out of the old train and find a new one, and we are all moving to a new reality.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blessings.